So I'm going to give a dream world hypothetical scenario to some of you. Hold on, let me pull it up here. I have it written down. One sec. So we're going to create, let me see if I got a noise here I can play that. Well, I don't know if I have one. No. That's not really what I was going for, but whatever. Okay, dream world. So we're going to create a dream world. Since let's be honest, unless as a guy you're super famous or like insanely attractive, girls just do not hit up guys like in the example that I'm about to give. So in the real world, the vast majority of men who go out to parties, clubs, bars, straight up would get ignored if they don't make the first move. So pay close attention, especially you, Sienna, especially you. So would you be okay with your long-term monogamous partner going to a nightclub, bar, or party type environment where throughout the course of the night, he's going to get approached, flirted with, and sexually pursued by numerous attractive women, some of which are more attractive than you and could potentially be a better partner than you. These women are buying him drinks, getting him drunk, and enthusiastically want to sleep with him that night and steal him away from you. And there's a little more extra to it. You're going to tell me you'd be okay with that?
If I trust him, yeah.
If I trust him, yeah.
Yeah, but I also feel like it comes down to like what some of that stuff is, because I feel like if you're going out and you're in a relationship, you shouldn't necessarily be, I don't know, accepting drinks and playing into it. But I think that if you're going out and you're turning things down, then there's no issue with that.
Okay.
I would not be okay with that, but I'm also not about that life, so I don't.
Sure.
I mean, it's hard to speak to, but
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I would not be okay with that.
I also wouldn't be okay with dating a man that goes out constantly and drinks and has women constantly hitting on him to boost his ego, but I would be okay with trusting my partner to go out and have a fun time with his friends.
I agree.
I would be very not okay with that.
Madison?
I'd probably not be okay with that either. And I feel like it's like everyone's saying, like, trust your partner, and obviously no matter what in your relationship with anyone that you are committed to, you should have trust in your partner. You just can't trust other people, you know? Like, you don't know what other people are going to do to your boyfriend. Like, you could easily have them swipe your boy and kiss him or whatever, but like it's like not in your control.
That stuff has happened in front of my face before.
Yeah.
Because women are kind of crazy sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So it does happen.
And men are crazy too. So
Yes.
The thing for me is like I would trust him and be fine with that if that's what ended up happening. But if he knew he was going out and that is what was going to happen, if he like was aware of that, then I'd be like, okay, don't do that. But if he went out, just going out to be with his buddies and a bunch of girls are flirting with him, it's kind of it's not his fault for going out. It's not because he went out, everybody's flirting with him. It's other people's wanting to get with him. And if he is secure enough in a relationship and I'm secure enough in a relationship, then he will be able to be like, no.
Well, I think part of it is you guys obviously go out and party, go out regularly. You said you will go out 4 or 5 times a week. So obviously you're going to want to defend the behavior that you yourself are engaging in. But the whole point with the dream world hypothetical scenario is try to have you see, because men care, it seems to me that men care much more about this than do women. And you often think men are more controlling about their partner going out into these types of environments. Again, the point of the dream world hypothetical scenario, what I just tried to paint for you is that's what we are contending with when our girlfriends, our wives even, go out to these types of venues. Men don't get the same level of attention that even an average woman gets when going out to these types of environments. Because again, men are the pursuers, women are the pursued. So like the difference of attention is absolutely insane between men and women. It's totally different. So that's why men have a much more vested interest in trying to date women that don't put themselves in situationships that put their relationship at risk. Like, that's just our masculine instinct to protect you and protect the relationship. It's not, okay, whatever. I'm not going to convince them. Okay, whatever.
I also feel like if you are in a long-term committed, like monogamous relationship, your main priority shouldn't be going out to party 3 or 4 days a week. It should be being able to lift each other up, try to make each other better people, try to push each other to climb the corporate ladder, just do things like that, and actually thinking about your future financially.
I feel like
keep
you can
going to
do
school.
both and still be healthy.
I think that's
but
true.
Yeah.
there's priority.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Definitely.
mean? Like,
Absolutely. Me and my boyfriend,
There's-
like our work is literally partying. Like we go out and we're with the DJ or with the artist or whomever, and that's what it is. Like we're there to get the content of the party, but we do
yeah.
it together.
That's your
so-
work too, though. Yeah,
but we
So
still
it's
have
not like-
fun, but we're also together.
Yeah.
So I think both are definitely doable, but there's
And
more meaning behind it.
if my boyfriend ever said don't go out, I just wouldn't go out. But
Oh, there you go. Cool. Sweet.
except for raves,
got
I'm
the
not giving
answer.
up raves.
You're not giving up raves?
No.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's my hobby.
You wouldn't what?
I wouldn't.
Give up raves?
I really wouldn't give up anything.
You wouldn't give
but
up
I'm
anything?
also not ready
Into the
to
mic,
be
please.
in a committed relationship. But
Okay.
also, if I had a boyfriend, and I'm not saying I'd go out and party every single night, but if
Okay.
I did, prioritize our relationship, do everything, and our relationship was number one, and I wanted to go out one night with my friends, and he was like, "No, boys are gonna hit on you," I'd be like, "Why don't you have trust in me that men can come and hit on me?" And I will just be like, "Oh, yay." Like, no, I'll be like, "No, I have a boyfriend. I don't want that." And if I go out one night, and every time if I want to go out, which is not even a lot, and they're going to be like, "Oh, no, you can't do that. I don't trust that." And even if they give the excuse like, "Oh, it's not you I don't trust the men," it's you initially don't trust me to say no to the men. And you're just like putting it out that someone's going to hit on me 100% when you don't know that.
See, we're operating from a framework of people being perfect actors. So, can we all agree that people make mistakes? Do you acknowledge people cheat? Cheating
Yeah.
happens, right? Under what circumstances do you think infidelity is more likely to occur?
Versus
Is
what?
alcohol involved? Are they're constantly meeting new men? Because if you're constantly tempted, then
I think
I
if
mean,
you're
it's
cheating,
definitely
you're not.
Look,
alcohol.
yo,
It's
the
a
reality-
mentality you have on it. It's if you have a mentality like, I don't want to be with this person. I want to go out and talk to people. I want to go get drunk and flirt with people.
That's
I
not
want to
somebody
go
you
on
want. Okay.
Instagram and search and go look for hot dudes and comment on their profiles. Like it's a
sure, there's other
mentality.
ways you can cheat. There's other ways you can cheat, but
Exactly.
but you're trying to make it out to be like it's a trust thing. It's just also a respect thing too. Like if one of my guy friends sees you talking to another dude, like I feel like most girls aren't going to be like, if a guy comes and approaches you, they might not like instantly, nope, get away, boyfriend. Like that might be kind of rude. You might talk to him, or maybe that guy is one of your girlfriend's friends, and so you're not going to fucking right away, So look, you're just putting yourself in you're putting yourself in a position where infidelity is much more likely.
I see what you're saying, but
You've never like heard stories of like people going out and partying, and then you see like maybe you have experiences. You said men are whores, men are cheaters. Where do you think they're cheating? It's probably they're
cheat
going out.
everywhere.
Sure, they can cheat everywhere, but they're probably going out to the bar, to the club, meeting a girl at a party.
That's
You've
not
never
every
heard of,
time,
oh
though.
shit, I was so drunk. Blah blah.
It
blah. Oh my
happens,
God.
but people
it was a
also
mistake.
cheat on their phones. People cheat
Absolutely,
going to
sure.
different people's houses. It's not just
I think if you're a cheater, you're a
This,
cheater,
it's not-
and it doesn't really matter like where it is. You're gonna cheat.
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna
there
cheat.
you can put yourself in
Like I'm not gonna
positions
cheat just
for
because I'm going out
temptation.
to a party.
Yeah, but it's here's the thing, like also,
I mean, it depends on the person, I guess, but like,
yeah, but you're putting yourself in positions where temptation is much easier. Like people make really dumb fucking mistakes when they drink. You put alcohol into the equation, it makes it much more likely. Also, when like let's say your relationship is a little, maybe it's a, look, people have rough patches in relationships, things can get better, but in that time period, if a fucking good enough looking guy steps to you, he's got some fucking game, like the top G, if he steps to you, okay, we'll see how the relationship goes.
I think
That shit
sounds
happens
like
all the
trust
time.
issues.
Huh?
Like,
That sounds like trust issues.
yeah, I think you should trust your
You
partner.
should trust your person that no matter what rich, tall, handsome dude comes
You're
up
right.
and talks to them.
I should just
No matter
I
what
should
you're-
just trust my girl. Oh, she's just going out to the club. Oh no, she's just hanging out with her male friend alone. Oh, we were just cuddling.
There's a
Oh,
difference.
it was just a
There's a
blowjob.
cuddling,
It was
and
just
if
a
they're going
blowjob.
and
It
hanging
was
out
just
with their
anal.
male friend
It was
alone.
just anal.
There's a difference between all of what you said after they're going to the club. There's a big difference between going to a club and hanging with a guy friend alone and sucking his dick and cuddling with him. There's a huge difference between both of those.
It's
and
an
the fact that you
escalation
compare
ladder.
going to a club means, oh, she's gonna go suck some dude's dick, is totally different. And that's trust issues. You don't trust that you're going, like the person that's going to the club is gonna be faithful.
So,
But I
so
think
you
that
don't
shows he
believe in
cares about
any
you.
boundaries. You believe there, so long as
No,
you
I
trust.
believe boundaries
Hold
are
on.
good.
So long as you trust your partner, you cannot have boundaries in a relationship. So you would be fine with your boyfriend hanging out alone at 10 p.m. with a female friend, which he, by the way, he used to, the ex-girlfriend, but they're just friends now. But he's going to hang out with her
No.
alone at 10 p.m. You would-
No. But that's not him
But
going
you have
with,
trust
to the
issues.
club with his friend.
Why
No,
don't
it's
you
not.
trust him? He tells you he would never cheat on you. He tells you that they used
And
to
that's
date.
the difference between boundaries. You have different boundaries. Going to a club and with your
Yes.
friends and drinking and
That
having
is-
a good
that
time
is
with
bad.
your friends is
That's a
different than
bad-
I'm going to go hang out with my ex-girlfriend
No,
at
but
10
you-
p.m.
okay.
at night. There's two different things
Yeah,
to
that's
that.
very different.
But here, okay, I'll give this example again, right? Men and women, we flirt differently. Men are salesmen, women are marketers. So in a committed relationship, again, men should stop pitching, women should stop advertising.
But just because we're going out to the club doesn't mean we're advertising. I can see why
It
you'd
is,
say,
though.
No, I
You're
see why
putting
you'd
yourself
say-
in the position to
yeah,
meet
we're putting
guys.
ourselves in the position,
Yeah.
but we're like, you should trust your partner enough to know that they're not gonna pursue that.
But that's the equivalent.
But
that's
if-
what you need to give up. If you want, look, there's plenty of men that are, I mean, you were in a relationship with a guy who had an issue with it, so it's clear to me that other men clearly have this boundary. But if for the health of your relationship, like, you ought to probably give up going to bars and clubs and parties. What do you, if,
I just think it's fun. Like, I have fun when I go out.
yeah, I think fucking a new girl every week
But
is
I'm
fun
not-
too.
I'm not,
but if
like,
I'm in a
just doing
committed
it just to
relationship,
fuck.
I'm going to give that up because the commitment and my partner is more important than my self-serving fun.
Okay, yeah, I can. If someone asked me to not go out, I wouldn't go out. But I don't see why. Like, I can see why it's a problem for you, but like, I think that in the broader like spectrum of it, like,
because men and women are not the same. You're still putting yourself out there. It's
You're
disrespectful.
putting yourself out there if you are on Instagram and you post a picture of yourself and you're public.
Yeah.
That's putting yourself out
Sure.
there.
That's
That's,
like
the
Yep.
same exact thing.
It is.
So
Yep.
if you have a girlfriend, she can't be public on Instagram and post a
It
picture
would
of
be
herself
better.
because
It would
she's
definitely
putting
be
herself
it
out there
would be
for guys
better-
to see.
It would be better if she was on private, yeah.
And if she
and-
wasn't,
and not,
that's
like-
a boundary that can't be crossed.
And not having like a really big Instagram preference, yeah, that or presence, that would be a preference for me, yeah.
Oh.
And not like posting a bunch of thirst trap photos.
I think
and
there's just
here's
very
my ass.
different views.
And never posting
which is
me.
fine.
yeah,
That's
But
fine.
it's just very different.
And is it any wonder?
relationships.
But is it? You might think my position on this is toxic and controlling, but is it any wonder why so many people have so much difficulty finding and keeping long-term relationships? People are clearly unhappy with the current state of dating and relationships, yet here I am offering a solution. And no, I still want to engage in these behaviors that, quite frankly, are not conducive to long-term relationships.
Well, there's a big problem in dating these days, but the number one reason is not clubs and not bars. That's not the reason why people are cheaters. It's the mentality of a person to not be faithful to somebody.
Well,
It's
I
not
do
because of
wish
what
I
they
knew
do.
this. I do wish I knew this, that men think this way. because in my last relationship, my ex did not care about any of these things, and we broke up. And
Didn't
now
care about what?
he didn't like.
Well, yeah, but you
sometimes there would be business school socials, and he was travel. He was traveling for a time,
Okay.
and like he was not pressed, and I didn't know that it meant that, but it like probably indicates that he didn't care as much.
Right, but from what I gather from what you've said, it doesn't sound like you're constantly going out to bars and
I'm not,
clubs
but
and
like there
parties.
was like he encouraged me once to post a bikini pic and stuff like. I don't know. So if I knew, maybe it would be more of an indicator to
Honestly,
me that
but here's the thing: most men have been so. In the current social climate, most men have been absolutely bullied out of having any sort of preference, standard, or boundary. Again, men constantly get shamed for articulating or even having anything that could be viewed as controlling or insecure.
Mm-hmm.
This is the destruction of men's impulse to be protectors in the relationship and protecting relationships from attack, essentially. So
True. I've gone out in the streets here and interviewed probably over 50 girls and asked them this question, like, would you be opposed to a man telling you you can't go to bars or clubs or parties? And their only answers are, he's insecure, he's controlling, or he has a small dick.
Chase.
That's the only three answers
I'm
I've
gonna
ever
get a couple
gotten.
super chats in.